Life is a journey, a path filled with unexpected twists and turns. It's full of ups and downs, moments of triumph and times of struggle. Sometimes we understand God's plan and everything seems to fall into place. We see His hand in our lives, guiding us with a gentle touch. But other times life doesn't make sense and we feel lost in the fog of uncertainty. We face challenges, hardships and uncertainties. Doubt might creep in, making us question our path. We might question God's plan, wondering why things happen the way they do. It's okay to feel lost or afraid. These feelings are human. We crave control. We seek answers, longing for clarity. But what if the answer lies in letting go, in releasing our grip on certainty? What if true peace comes from trusting God even when we don't understand His ways? Faith is about trusting God even in the dark when the path ahead is unclear. It's about believing in His goodness and love even when we can't see the full picture. It's about surrendering our need for control and embracing the unknown with open hearts. When we trust God, we find peace. We find hope. We find strength to carry on. We realize that even in the midst of trials, God is with us. He guides us through the storm. He never leaves our side, offering us comfort and assurance in every moment. Life is full of surprises, twists and turns. Some are good, bringing joy and happiness, while others are not. We might lose a loved one, leaving us heartbroken. We might face financial struggles, feeling the weight of uncertainty. We might experience illness or pain, both physical and emotional. These experiences can shake us to our core, making us feel unstable. They can make us question everything. Why is this happening to me? What did I do to deserve this? We search for answers in our confusion. Where is God in all of this pain? We seek His presence in our darkest moments. It's important to remember that God doesn't cause suffering. He is not the source of our pain. He doesn't want us to hurt. His heart aches with ours, but He does allow us to go through difficult times. Why? To teach us, to grow us, because He knows that even in the midst of our pain, He can bring forth something beautiful. Like a butterfly from a cocoon, He can use our experiences to shape us, to mold us into something greater, to make us more like Him, refined and strong. He can use our pain to draw us closer to Him, to seek His comfort, to help us rely on His strength and the support of those around us. History is filled with stories of people who faced incredible challenges but never lost faith. People like Joseph, sold into slavery by his brothers. He faced betrayal and hardship, but God was with him. God elevated him to a position of power. He saved a nation from famine. Joseph's story reminds us that God can use even the most difficult situations for good. Consider the story of Job. He lost everything, his family, his wealth, his health. He suffered greatly. Yet, he never cursed God. He remained faithful, and in the end, God restored Job's fortunes. He blessed him even more than before. These stories and countless others teach us a powerful lesson. God is faithful. He is always with us. He has a plan even when we can't see it. Finding solace in Scripture. The Bible is filled with verses that offer comfort and hope during difficult times. These sacred texts have been a source of strength for countless individuals throughout history. Verses that remind us of God's love, His power, and His faithfulness. They serve as a beacon of light in our darkest moments, guiding us back to a place of peace and assurance. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. And Jeremiah 29:11. This verse reminds us that God has a plan for us. A divine plan that is filled with promise and purpose, even when we cannot see it ourselves. A plan filled with hope and a future. It reassures us that our lives are not random, but part of a greater design. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. Here we are reminded that God works all things together for good. Every challenge, every hardship, every moment of doubt, even our pain, our suffering, our struggles. They are not in vain, but are woven into the fabric of our lives for a greater good. He can use it all for our ultimate good. Trusting in this promise can bring us immense peace and resilience. God's unwavering control. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by life's uncertainties, but we must remember that God is in control. He is sovereign. He is bigger than any problem we face. He is the God who calms the storm. He is the God who makes a way when there seems to be no way. He is the God who holds the future in his hands. When we surrender our worries and fears to him, we find peace. We find rest. We find the strength to keep going. We are reminded that we are not alone. God is with us every step of the way. Holding on to hope, life can be hard, it can be painful, it can be confusing, but even in the midst of our struggles, we must hold on to hope. We must trust that God is in control, that he has a plan, and that his plan is good. Let us face each day with courage and faith, knowing that God is with us. Let us trust in his unfailing love and his unwavering faithfulness. Let us never lose sight of the hope that is found in him.